Have you ever heard of the term Herkel-Dürkel? It's a word that sounds like Webster decided to shove dictionaries and encyclopedias up his own thesaurus. But it's real. Google it. The term Herkel-Dürkel is a 200-year-old Scottish verb that means to lounge in bed long after it's time to get up. It's a phrase that says, you're not tired, you're undisciplined. And yeah, the alarm goes off. You negotiate like it's a hostage situation. 5 more minutes and I'll be a new person, I swear. But deep down, you know the truth. Whenever some heavy-duty, Herkel-Dürkling impulsiveness tries to hijack your brain, do the Marcus Aurelius technique whenever you have trouble getting out of bed. Marcus would tell himself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? If that lit something in you, good. Protect that spark, because a lot of us are actually a lot stronger than we think we are. Becoming someone you respect, forging the mind, sharpening the body, and tempering the spirit, until the world no longer shapes you, because you've already shaped yourself. Rise and shine. This is your time. Treating yourself as if you were someone that you're responsible for helping. So let me ask you something deep. If you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Because you don't want to lose yourself like the real Slim Shady says. So, let's kick things off here with theme number 1, a morning reclamation. There was a time I thought I needed comfort to grow, but it turns out I needed the pressure. We weren't born for comfort. We were born to rise, to carry the weight that scared us, to walk into the silence, the stillness, and find ourselves staring back. It's like waking up in the dark with no map, just this ache in your chest, and a voice whispering, there's more than this. And maybe you don't even know what this is yet, just that you can't stay here. And yeah, maybe you'll hate mornings at first. Getting out of bed before the sun feels like betrayal. But listen, the world can't interrupt your thoughts if you meet them before it wakes up. You want clarity? Sit with your own thoughts before the noise begins. You want freedom? Take control of the first hour of your day, before anything else takes control of you. Let it burn a path forward. No one's gonna make you do this, and that's the point. Because this was never about them. It never was. This is about that version of you, who kept waiting for someone to come knock on your door and hand you permission to rise. But what if no one's coming? What if this is about building a fortress of discipline before the noise invades, learning to choose discomfort and purpose, because ease has never made anyone great, and deep down, you know that, you've always known that. It's like waking up in someone else's life, wearing shoes that don't fit, walking through fog, wondering how you got here. You keep asking the right questions to the wrong people, and getting more lost in the noise. You ever notice the loudest people are often the most unsure? Why do they talk so much? Because they're unsure. Because they still think external validation equates to safety. Because they haven't yet learned that real power speaks in silence. There was a time I thought I had to explain myself to be understood, to prove I was calm by talking about peace, to prove I was wise by quoting things I barely lived. But the truth is, the real shift happened when I stopped performing strength and just started being it. The Stoic doesn't explain himself. He doesn't chase understanding. He lives in alignment. And that kind of energy, you don't announce it. You embody it. Because calm isn't loud, and real presence doesn't need a mic when you're still learning who you are. It's tempting to narrate every move, to prove you're growing, prove you're healing, prove you're changing. And the ones who get it don't need the proof. It's like walking around shouting, "I'm at peace." If you were, you wouldn't need to say it. It's funny how we can go from inner peace to inner monologue real quick. 1 minute it's, "I am aligned with the cosmos." Next minute it's, "Why hasn't she texted back?" You laugh, because it's true. You can't fake presence. You can't fake calm. You can't fake the kind of energy that says, "I don't need to perform for you, because I'm not performing for me anymore." Stillness is a language. It speaks volumes, especially when your actions do the talking. If this reminded you to breathe, to return to yourself, to stop narrating and start embodying, you don't need the perfect words to be real. You just need to mean them. And today, this is me, meaning it through this metaphor. Picture this: a candle in a windless room, still, steady, quiet. That's you when you finally stop chasing noise. If something in you sparked just now, if a part of you nodded quietly while the rest of you stayed still, stay a while. Not for me, for you. I'm not here to be impressive. I'm here to remember out loud. Because if I can find my way out of the fog, maybe you can too. Which brings us over to theme number 2. Letting silence be your rebellion. I used to think I had to prove everything, speak louder, push harder, be seen to be valid. But now I know you don't need to tell them what you're doing. Just do it. Let the results speak the language your mouth doesn't. In a world addicted to performance, your silence is rebellion. But this isn't about looking cool in the mirror. It's about not collapsing when life kicks you in the gonads. It's about training for the day the storm comes back, because it will. You ever feel like you're walking through life in someone else's shoes? Like nothing fits, but you keep forcing it anyway? That was me. Burned out, bitter, pretending I was fine. But pretending is heavy, so I dropped it and picked up something heavier instead. Now I deadlift my trauma, squat my insecurities, bench press my abandonment issues. They're heavy, so thank God for leg day. This isn't about aesthetics. This is armor. This is sacred discipline. Seneca trained his body as a matter of character. He said, "We must exercise body and mind, for they are partners in life." So maybe this is your nudge, not to impress anyone, but to return to yourself, to suffer on purpose, so you don't fall apart by accident. No gimmicks, no guru mask, just me. Training, still healing, still human, same as you, which leads us into theme number 3, the burn that builds you. Self-care isn't for selfies, it's for silence. The run isn't for medals, it's for clarity. You don't lift the weight for trophies. You lift it to remember what resistance feels like. You feel the burn, not for pain's sake, but so you don't forget. Effort leaves a mark. Discomfort becomes your ally. Pain becomes your teacher. Every time you show up, your body remembers. You are not soft. You are a man of discipline. You move, even when it hurts. You finish, even when no one's watching. No one can hand you strength. You forge it, alone, in sweat, in silence, in repetition. You don't get stronger thinking about it. You get stronger showing up. Keep walking toward the flame. And last but not least, coming in as theme number 4, staying unknown. This is the one the world will hate you for, because the world is addicted to being seen. Broadcasting every thought, every meal, every movement. Now let me ask you something. What are you building behind all that noise? Fame is a distraction. Vanity dressed up as achievement. It tricks you into building for applause instead of excellence. It poisons your focus. It makes you care what people think, who don't even care about themselves. The Stoic doesn't build to be seen. He builds because it is right. He builds because it is honorable. He builds because he has become the mission. Do not confuse attention with purpose. Build in the dark. Work in silence. Let your strength grow without witnesses. The tree grows its roots deep underground before it ever breaks the surface. And so must you. Every day you go unnoticed is a gift. It gives you space, freedom, purity. No one sees you. Good. You owe them nothing. You're not here to perform. You're here to become. And when the time comes that they do notice you, let it be because your strength became too great to ignore. Not because you asked for attention, but because your silence made them curious, and your presence made them respect you. So yes, wake up early, say less, train hard, stay unknown, but don't do it as a checklist. Do it as a way of life. Do it because the world will try to soften you. It will tempt you with comfort. It will feed you noise. It will seduce you with approval. And every time you choose the quieter path, the colder path, the harder path, you return to who you were before the world distracted you. You return to the warrior that is Stoicism, not theory, not poetry, but presence, strength, discipline, and duty. It's waking up early when no one cares. It's training when no one sees. It's speaking only when your words have weight. It's vanishing from the spotlight to master what matters. And when life hits you, and it will, you won't crumble, you'll rise. Because you didn't build yourself for applause, you built yourself for war. So let the rest stay soft. Let them laugh. Let them scroll. Let them sleep in. You rise. You suffer. You sharpen. And in that suffering, in that silence, you become something very rare in this world. You become real. With all that being said, thanks again for watching. Stay up, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.